Vegetables are often referred to as the cornerstone of a healthy diet, providing a rich source of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants. Whether raw, steamed, or lightly sautéed, they're a nutrient-packed way to fill your plate, support digestion, and promote overall wellness. Leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, and vibrant options like carrots and bell peppers are particularly notable for their health benefits, offering everything from cancer-fighting compounds to immune-boosting nutrients. But the moment those same vegetables get submerged in a heavy, creamy sauce and baked into a casserole, they undergo a radical transformation. What was once a healthful, low-calorie dish becomes a caloric bomb, loaded with unhealthy fats, excessive sodium, and refined ingredients that undermine the nutritional value of the vegetables themselves. Let's talk about the cream-based sauces that so often accompany vegetable casseroles. These sauces, whether made from heavy cream, cream cheese, or condensed soups, are essentially empty calories. Heavy cream and cream cheese are high in saturated fats, which, when consumed in excess, contribute to the development of heart disease, raise LDL cholesterol levels, and increase inflammation in the body. While fats are an essential nutrient for various bodily functions, these sources of fat are less than ideal, particularly when consumed in large amounts. A typical vegetable casserole, laden with creamy sauce, can end up with a fat content that pushes the dish into unhealthy territory. The addition of butter or margarine to thicken the sauce only further escalates the problem, packing in even more saturated fat that doesn't provide much nutritional benefit. Beyond the fats, the high-calorie content of creamy vegetable casseroles is often masked by the sheer volume of vegetables involved. You might look at the dish and think you're eating a mostly healthy, vegetable-centric meal, but the reality is that many casseroles are essentially just a thick layer of sauce hiding a few scraps of vegetables beneath. The calorie count in these dishes can easily climb into the hundreds per serving, far higher than what you'd expect from a simple plate of roasted or steamed veggies. Some casseroles may even contain 500 to 700 calories per serving, with more than half of those calories coming from fat. And it's not just the fats and calories. The sauces often include refined ingredients like white flour or cornstarch, which act as thickeners. These refined carbohydrates, while they may seem harmless, can lead to rapid spikes in blood sugar levels. The body digests them quickly, causing an insulin spike that promotes fat storage and contributes to the development of insulin resistance over time. This is a particularly concerning factor when you consider that many people already consume an abundance of refined grains in their diet, making vegetable casseroles a hidden contributor to a larger problem. The sodium content in creamy vegetable casseroles can also be surprisingly high. Ingredients like canned soups, which are common in many casserole recipes, processed cheeses, or pre-made sauces are often packed with salt, sometimes in amounts far exceeding the recommended daily intake. Just one serving of casserole could contain more than half of the daily recommended limit of sodium, putting you at risk for high blood pressure, kidney problems, and cardiovascular disease if eaten regularly. Add in the fact that these casseroles are often served with starchy sides like mashed potatoes, bread, or rice, and you've got an incredibly high-calorie, low-nutrient meal that's easy to overeat. The portion sizes of these dishes are typically large, and because the creamy sauce masks the natural flavors of the vegetables, people tend to consume more than they realize. The result is a calorie overload that leaves you feeling sluggish, bloated, and unsatisfied in the long run, especially since these types of foods lack the fiber and nutrients to keep you full for long. But what's especially deceptive about creamy vegetable casseroles is the way they're marketed. The vegetables themselves are still being hailed as healthy, even though the end result is a dish that's anything but. Just because a casserole contains vegetables doesn't mean it's a healthy choice. This is the trap that so many people fall into. They assume that if there's a vegetable on their plate, it's automatically a healthy meal, when in fact the vegetables have been completely overshadowed by the heavy, caloric sauce. So, while it's true that you're technically consuming vegetables, you're also ingesting large amounts of processed fats, sodium, and sugars that sabotage your health goals. The creamy sauce also serves to hide the natural flavors and textures of the vegetables. The essence of eating vegetables, enjoying their natural crunch, sweetness, and subtle bitterness, is lost when they're buried in a rich, Creamy sauce. Not only does this mask the flavors, but it also limits the other health benefits of eating vegetables, like the slow-digesting fiber that helps regulate blood sugar and supports gut health. Instead, you get a dish that's more about comfort and indulgence than actual nourishment. So, how do you avoid the pitfalls of creamy vegetable casseroles while still enjoying the comfort they offer? The answer lies in returning to the basics of vegetable preparation. Instead of dousing your veggies in heavy creams and sauces, try roasting or steaming them with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of salt. You can also experiment with lighter, healthier sauces made from Greek yogurt, avocado, or tahini. These options provide creaminess without all the empty calories and unhealthy fats. Adding a squeeze of lemon or a sprinkle of fresh herbs can enhance the natural flavors of the vegetables without the need for excessive seasoning or sauce. At the end of the day, vegetables are one of the healthiest foods you can eat, but only when they are prepared in a way that allows their nutritional value to shine. Creamy vegetable casseroles may seem like a delicious, convenient way to enjoy veggies, but they are often more about indulgence than health. The next time you reach for that casserole, take a moment to think about what you're really getting: a few vegetables buried under a mountain of fats, sugars, and processed ingredients. If you truly want to benefit from the vitality vegetables offer, consider skipping the creamy sauce and letting those veggies take center stage. Your body will thank you for it.